GoPro rolling, and I'm dropping in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. G'day folks, today we're going to do one of my favorite things, which is skiing powder. And we're going to look in 5 areas of improvement to really get the hang of that powder turn. But before we get started, I really urge you to do a proper avalanche course so you learn how to use the transceiver, shovel and probe. And then you always bring that with you when you go freeriding. Let's get started now. The first thing we're going to talk about is the turn shape. It's pretty important when you want to improve your powder turns. What many people do a little bit wrong in the beginning is that they really turn the ski too fast, making kind of zigzaggy turns so they look like a Z. This is not so good because the ski is then gonna have to really like push through the snow and twist a lot at the same time. And as there's snow all around the skis, it's gonna make it very heavy and difficult to do. So in the beginning, when you do the rest of the exercises in this video, you probably want to have quite open turns. Open. So they're not so C-shaped or close like such. That'll make it much easier. And as you get better and can ski steeper terrain, you can start closing it more. But now in the beginning when you practice, keep it quite open so that you can do most of the steering nice and gently with the feet. Dropping in, 1, 2, 3, drop. C-shaped turn, so you really close the turn at the bottom. And banana shaped turns, like now, we don't close them. Oh good. The banana shaped turns are easier to do nicely for you as an intermediate. Very right. Whoa. Yeah. Oh, that was smooth at the end. If you really mean it that you want to become a badass powder skier, maybe you want to join one of our freeride camps or ski technique camps. We're going to do our first next season. Maybe see you then. Ciao! Oh, one man is down. Now we're going to talk about fore and aft. That means leaning forwards, makes sense. Aft, where did we find that word? It means backward lean, kinda. First of all, let's find the fore, which should be kinda neutral. Bring yourself up, relaxing the ski boot. Gentle, shin pressure in the front of the boot. You stand on the whole feet. So this is your fore or kind of neutral position. And then the aft shouldn't go further than here. Here I'm hanging off the back of the boot. Here I'm still maintaining shin pressure while standing a bit on the heel. This is very important in the powder to go in between these two because it's not so heavy on the legs and you can make nice turns. Check this out. Imagine we're finishing a turn here, like that, and here at the end of the turn, you want to have that aft. So you stand a little bit more on the heel. This is tricky to feel, but you can do it, I believe in you. And what's happening then with the aft, the ski is then gonna, and you press down a little bit, it's gonna rebound out of the snow, and as this happens, you have to move the weight more forward. So the ski is leveling out in the snow, and then it's very easy to turn it around like such, and then as you finish the turn, stand a bit more on the heel and it's going to pop out, and then you got to move that way forwards again. Does that make sense? Audience says yes, I do. Good luck managing your fore and aft. I'm thinking about it. I'm standing on the whole foot. But a bit too much on the toes there maybe. Definitely too much off there. Now when we have gotten a little bit better at the fore and aft balance, we're also going to think about the balance side to side. And like a good ski instructor once told me, imagine you're a disc jockey and you have these levers, and right now we're going to focus on two of them. One, inclination, meaning you can just lean into the turn, What's good about this when you're in powder, it's kind of easy to keep even amount of pressure on the two skis. So you want to blend in some angulation as well, meaning that you get that kink between the upper body and the lower body. And when you do that, you get a little bit more pressure on the outside ski, but you also get better balance and you're more ready to engage the next turn. Last thing is you want to keep your feet close together, which makes the side balance a little harder in one way, but it's much easier to keep an even pressure on the skis. You also don't want to have an excessive movement that way. So that is the side to side balance. Let's take it to the extreme now and just turn with inclination first. So just tipping into the turn.
To develop a feeling for how much inclination versus angulation you want to have, try going for a run of just inclining into the turn.
Oh, it's weird. I don't like it so much. Feels like I'm gonna fall over on the inside.
And once you've done that, I suggest that you try excessive angulation. You're also gonna feel that this is kind of weird to have that kink in the body down the hill, putting extra weight on that outside ski. This is obviously not ideal when you're powder skiing, because it might sink in. And then once you've done that, I suggest that you ski normal. Try to feel a nice blend of both inclination and angulation. And by doing this drill, hopefully you get a better feeling on how much you need of both in your turns.
Another important thing to nail your powder turn is to get used to steering with the feet. So what's important here, obviously, arms far out, bow planting and all of that. And then you have this nice pumping motion in between the turns. So at the end of the turn, you sink down into the snow, you extend the legs a little bit, you pop up, and then you just point the toes where you want them to go. Part of that strength comes from the ankle, but that's very little. Most of that strength comes from the hip socket. And from there, you really can point the skis where you want to go. But when you do this, be careful, not careful, be gentle, so you don't make those zigzaggy turns that we took earlier. As a little drill, you can just straight line through some powder and try it. Just turn with your feet where you want to go, with a little bit of a bounce up and down. You'll be surprised how well you can turn with just the feet. Great. I'm trying to steer with just the feet. Whoa. And keeping the upper body stable and pointing down the hill. Oh, that feels good. It's so much easier to turn when you steer with just the feet. By the way, when you're free riding, it's a good idea to not wear these ones. I kind of forgot about it because, yeah, it's really quite safe when I'm skiing. Alright, so keep steering with the feet. So stable upper body, keep the arms out there, let the legs do basically all work in combination with a gentle up and down movement. Wow, I hit a pretty crusty patch there. That's the first time I crashed into a tree in a long time. Wow. Alright, where were we? Something about steering the feet and not crashing into tree well. Wow, that was brilliant. And the last tip of the video is on pole planting, which is super important. It looks kind of cool, people having this kind of jogging motion, so that they like lift the hand up, get the toe forwards, down in the snow, and repeat. How you can add a little bit more stability to the upper body is by having a more circular pole plant. So you plant and then the pole goes back out of the snow and then forwards, down and repeat. There's a nice circular motion there. If you do that, you get a little bit more stable. Good luck. So let's practice those little circular pole plants. Pole plant, round, round, boom, boom, wow.
knee deep still. Gotta find some steeper hills. All right, so I finally got a little tracked out. Check out my fall flats there. Kind of stable. What?
Thank you so much for watching. If you want to join one of our camps, we do ski technique for adults, freeride camps soon for adults as well, and even more freestyle camps. Give it a little like and subscribe. You can also comment, what are your favorite powder ski tips? I'm sure I didn't by no means cover everything in this video. All the best, and see you in the next video, guys. Ciao.